Welcome to Civil Science Academy. Today I am going to do the last unit of class 6, that is India, the climate, vegetation and wildlife. First, there is a difference between weather and the climate. Means weather means day-to-day changes. For example, if today is very cool or calm or rainy or cold, that is called as weather. If you see in the desert region or in the Ladakh, there is a cold all the time or heat all the time in desert region. That permanent condition is what we call climate. That is the difference between weather and the climate. Now, there are four seasons, that is winter, summer, rainy season and autumn season. The first one is cold weather season or winter season. In the winter season, the sun rays do not fall directly on the India. As a result, temperatures are quite low in the northern India. This happens because of the movement of the earth when it is summer or rainy season in the southern hemisphere. In India, which is in the northern hemisphere, so it will be the reverse condition, that is the winter season. That is how it works. It is covered in unit 1, maybe no, unit 3 maybe. And second one is the hot weather season, that is summer season. In the hot weather season, the temperature becomes very high and hot. Due to this, a low pressure develops on the land. The winds blow because of this pressure difference. Okay, the next one is rainy season or southwest monsoon season. This is the rainy season. The wind blows from the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal towards the land. They carry moisture with them. When these winds strike the mountains, rainfall occur. It means in detail these things we will cover in the coming chapters, means in coming unit, in class 9th maybe. And that I will tell you later also. And for now, just for understanding, if this is India and this is Arabian Sea and this is Bay of Bengal. When wind blows, it is blowing over the sea. The sea is the high pressure region. Okay, this is high pressure region. The land is low pressure region. The wind moves from the high pressure to low pressure. That is why it reaches the land. While it is reaching, it carries the moisture also because it is coming from the sea. That's why it carries the moisture also. Then when it hits the barrier like mountains, the rainfall will occur. Okay. As I told you before, these points will be repeated in the coming classes. For class 6, we will not go into too much detail because if we go very deep, then we will not able to finish all the topics given in this book. So for now, we will underline only what is written here. Later in coming classes, we will study the same topics at an advanced level. So don't worry if you feel I am going a little fast. Everything will be covered again in later classes. Just mark the important points and move on. Now, the next season is the season of retreating monsoon or autumn. In this season, the wind moves back from the mainland towards the Bay of Bengal. Means the winds are moving back to Bay of Bengal. This means the winds are returning from the land to sea. And there are many reasons for this, but those we will study in the detail in the topic-wise lessons. Right now, just understand the basic idea. As I told you earlier, the climate is the average weather of the place over a long period of time. The climate of India is broadly described as monsoon type. The climate of the place is influenced by the four main factors, that is the location, altitude, distance from the sea and relief. First one, the location. The climate is permanent in nature, like desert are always hot and Ladakh is always cold. For example, in Rajasthan, Thar desert is far away from the sea. Also, the Himalayan mountains, they block the rain-bearing winds from the reaching this region. That is why the desert climate developed here. The next one is the altitude, means height. In the Himalayan region, as we go higher, the temperature becomes very low. Instead of rainfall, the precipitation often comes in the form of snow. Okay, next is distance from the sea. This is called continentality. For example, the Mongolia is a landlocked country. It has no sea around it, only the land. Because of this, the rainfall there is very low compared to coastal regions. Next one is relief. The relief means physical features like mountain, plateaus, and plains. The type of landform also affects the climate. For example, mountain regions, hill regions, or plain regions experience different climates. Now, the next topic is natural vegetation. The natural vegetation, it means the different in the different regions. In India, the wide diversity of vegetations are there. It depends on the location, whether it is near the equator or in the tropical region or subtropical region or temperate region or frozen region or Himalayan region or desert region. In each region has its own type of vegetation. For example, in the desert region, we find only certain types of plants that can survive with less water. In the grassland region, wide stretches of grasses grow, and these are called grasslands. In the Himalayan region, we find coniferous forests like pine or deodar. So, different climates and regions support different types of vegetation. And these topics will be studied in more detail in class 7. So, don't worry about that. For now, this much is enough, and these things are for the classic students only, not for the UPSC aspirants. So I'm going to skip this, and which is important I am going to cover. And here, the Gir forest in Gujarat is the home for Asiatic lions, and we know that the tiger and lion, the both are in our country. So next, the peacock is our national bird. These things we know that, so we skip. So yeah, that's all for this chapter, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and take care.